Okay, folks, so here's an example of a homemade pendulum that I made. And I realized one of the easiest ways to do it is simply just to get some thread and aluminum foil. Now, the aluminum foil is nice because you can compact it and increase its density. Thread obviously is very light. And then to get the motion that's required, you'll only need to tap it ever so slightly. So as it's oscillating back and forth, you're only looking at it when it reaches its extremes. Now, obviously, the timing on this one is very, very fast. So this one takes a little bit more effort to catch it. So what I would do is that I'll always measure it from when it's reaching either one extreme or the other. So if it starts from here, if we decide to start the timing from here, we let it swing, and then every time it reaches the left-hand side, I'll try that again so I'm not hitting it, that's where you start counting. So you would wait, 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. You would count it, the 50 trials, and at the same time, you would time it to record the amount of time for the 50 swings. And that is the easiest way to do this. Now, as you notice, it's losing its amplitude because obviously there is a bit of an issue with air resistance. So the other thing that you can do is, since aluminum is relatively light, you can also put heavier objects like a small pebble or a heavier metal like a nut or something to that effect inside here and wrap it all together. So this is probably the most readily available material that you can make this. Now, I just happen to have a magnetic hook kicking around, but you can literally just tie it off or tape it to an edge of a desk. But what matters is when you make the measurements, you have to make the measurements from this point of articulation here to the very center, the very physical middle of this. So not at the end of the string, but in the dead center of the pendulum itself. So that's where the lengths are measured from. So from the middle of this right to that articulation point.